Hey, this is Ben Solomon, and welcome to this episode of the Techno Leadership Show. In this episode, we are going to be talking about how to maintain visibility of the work that you and your technical team is doing in the organization. One of the biggest things I've realized over the close to 20 years of working in tech is that because of the nature of our jobs, and the fact that most of us who are attracted to technology and work in the technology space are introverts, we tend to keep to ourselves, get the job done. A lot of it's back-end work. No matter how much is involved, a lot of the real work happens in the back end. And I have a lot of appreciation for our front-end staff because they do a lot of the interfacing with clients so that they can give us the space to do a lot of the back-end work. Yes, it goes hand in hand together, but unless the foundation is set, which is the back end, you can't serve in the front end. So when a significant portion of that, the work that we do, is back end and invisible from the people in the organization, we have to find ways to surface the benefits of the work that we're doing in the back end so that everyone in the organization understands the value that we bring in. Because there is a significant mindset in almost every organization that I've worked in where the IT person, IT guy, girl, whatever it is considered, like what do they do all day is the kind of thing that comes up a lot. And I believe, at least from, trying different things, the belief that I have is based on the evidence of things that I've tried and tested in organizations. And when I've been able to communicate with the people in the organization on what's going on, what I'm working on. If I was the solo IT person, then what am I working on and how is that going to affect them? And how is it affecting timelines of me being able to also do the help desk, especially when I'm the one person band. I had to do level 1, level 2, level 3, all of that, and the strategy. So that meant I had to cover off the fact that, yes, we've got this backlog of work which I'm working through. I'm doing these things in the back end, which will then benefit you by giving you better reliability, easier to use, updated software, whatever it might be. And as I moved from one-man band sort of situations to having a team, when the manager of the team did not show or visualize the kind of work that we were doing in the back end, there was consistently a sense of antagonism against the technology team because we were sitting at our desks all day and doing nothing. Because the thing is, the work that we do is very invisible. It is not something that is seen and appreciated by non-technical staff. You and I, who have worked in technology, understand how much of it is back-end. It's the 80-20 rule. 80% of your work goes in the back-end if you're going to have a really effective solution and system. 80% of the work goes in the back-end, and that will give you the kind of reliability and stability that reduces a lot of the front-end troubleshooting work that comes in. Yes, you'll still have people having issues with stuff. You'll have, people needing help with stuff. But if you can get the infrastructure, the back end right, and do it well, a lot of the front end issues tend to get reduced. So in any organization, whether you're the single system admin, IT person, engineer, whatever it might be, If you're the single person, you need to step up and sort of on a weekly basis or a fortnightly basis, at worst case scenario, monthly basis, send out some form of a newsletter saying, hey, this is what has been going on last month. These are the things that we've achieved, which means these are the benefits that you've seen. Because to them, it's like, oh, things have improved. And then that becomes the new normal. And they forget about the fact that they used to, struggle with all these things. So visualizing and saying, these were the issues that we were having. This is the project that has been implemented, and this is the result that has come up. It's improved performance. It's cut down number of help desk requests. Whatever, put benefits out there that is visible for everyone in the organization. Things that people who are non-technical can understand at their level. Technical stuff, keep it with us. Keep it with the technology team. If you're the one person technology team, then hopefully you have a network that you communicate with, whether it's on Facebook groups or Reddit or whatever. You can share those things there. But when it comes to sharing with non-technical people, keep it visible, keep your work visible, the things that you're doing, and the benefit that the people in the organization are getting out of the work that you're doing. And then the second thing to that is then when you have the opportunity, as introverts, we want to hide away in the back office. That's, our tendency. Look, as introverts, we want to, conserve our energy. Introversion is not the shyness. Shyness, even extroverts can have. It's a whole different ball game. But probably there's a higher likelihood for introverts to tend to also be shy, because as introverts, we feel like our energy gets sucked out when we have interactions with people. But for us to be valued and understood, we do need to build relationships. The best way I've personally found to deal with that, and I'm a very deep introvert, don't like to be, the front face of things, all of that. But what I understood is, one, when you build relationship with people at work and understand how they go about their daily life, it helps you design better solutions for them, which is important. But it also helps you share, things that are going on in your day-to-day. Why, it took 30 minutes to fix what you thought could be a 2-minute fix for a problem. And if you, when you're talking to people about it and say, hey, look, yeah, I had this issue that came up. Someone had an issue with their laptop. Normally it would have been a 2-minute fix, but, technology being technology, it was complicated. Ended up spending 30 minutes and managed to fix it. But, that meant all these other things that were waiting on me or my attention got pushed back. And so even if it's, you're not complaining, you're not, bad mouthing, doing any of that. All you're doing is sharing experiences that you're having on a day-to-day basis that then allows people to understand, look, there are so many things going on that you're managing, you're prioritizing, you're juggling, all these plates up there in the air. So it gives them a kind of respect, saying, look, there's a lot of things going on there. There's a process to follow to get the help that we need, and they tend to follow processes better. They tend to respect your time a lot more, respect your work a lot more, and thereby, at the end of the day, respect the technology aspect of the business and the work that we do in the back end and the front end a lot more when we can build those relationships. So 2 things: having some form of an email newsletter or something that touches most staff, either, and depending on organizations, you might have different ways of going about this. In some organizations, you might have like a all staff meeting once a week or so, where you can take a 30-second snippet and say, look, this is what's going on. This is, we're working on this based on feedback you gave us. And when we finish this, this is the result that will come about, which means it'll help you have a more reliable system, easier to use system, whatever it might be. Give them the benefit. 30 seconds to 60 seconds is all it takes for something like that. And you may not want to be, at the front of the, whole staff saying that in some cases, but look at it as an opportunity to just build a kind of a brand for the technology aspect of your business. If you're a single person, then you're building a brand for the technology aspect, with you being the technologist in charge of it. If you're the technology manager, CIO, whatever it might be, you're building a brand for your whole team behind you, as we are human focused and we are, working on things that benefit you. Like for technologists, the employees, other employees of the business are the first line of customers. So showing that and helping them understand the benefit of what we do is important. So having email, also in the emails that you send, you can add resources that people can use to learn more. Use like a wiki or some form of documentation, training, something to give them more understanding of how to use systems better and make their lives better. Always focus on them, the end user. That way, the communication that you send out, the trainings that you create, the documentation that you create, everything that you do will be better received when you're communicating with them in mind. And then it's building relationships and having general small talk. For us, especially introverts have a tendency to not enjoy small talk, but unless you have that small talk in the beginning, build some sort of rapport, you can't have deep conversations. You can't easily dive straight into a deep conversation unless you already know the person. And to already know the person, you have to have had the small talk at some point and then found some common ground where you can go deep and build a relationship there. So which all means you've got to come out of your shell a little bit, and while at work, manage your energy a lot better. So you have times when you have short and sharp interactions with people, and then you can be in your office, do back end work so that your energy is conserved. And it's just finding ways to do that. If you're an introvert, you're going to struggle being on the help desk, which means if you're fully on the help desk, when you go home, you need to find some form of quiet space to be able to just read or play games or do whatever, to just completely shut out the world in a sense, to then recharge and be ready for the next day. It's all about finding the right kind of rhythm for you and your way of operating. And for maintaining visibility, as I said, email and relationship building, two very important things. And having lots of casual conversations with people, sharing some challenges. It doesn't have to be in a complaining way, in a very surface level. These are the concerns and difficulties that we're working through, but once we've worked through, these are the benefits you're going to get, sort of thing. And keep it very high level and simple, so that you're not going into the depths of technology. No one other than us technologists care about the depths of technology, and if they do care, they'll ask you the question and then you can explain the depths of it. If not, keep it simple, keep it surface level, and you won't lose people's attention. So hopefully that helps you out. I wish you all the best in your journey as a tech professional, manager and leader. If you like this episode, please hit the like button. If you haven't subscribed yet, please hit the subscribe button so that you're notified of future episodes as they are released. Take care, and I look forward to talking to you in a future episode.